Evening. Thought it was time for an update. I've done a few more figures recently, so yeah, trying to make use of the lockdown. It can be a little bit depressing as well, but yeah, try not to get too hung up on that. I guess when you think about it, at the end of the day, people are dying out there, aren't they? So the fact we can't go and see our family and friends when we want to, it's yeah, it's a pain, but it's a small sacrifice, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. Just hope this thing's over as soon as possible and we can all get back to normal. People stop dying, and yeah, we're back on track again. God knows how long it's going to be. Could be a while, but yeah. In the meantime, just try and do what I can. Really keep myself occupied and keep off the streets, keep out of trouble. We're going for a run or a walk every day, but yeah, going early in the morning. It's quite rural where we are, so we don't really see anybody. So I don't think there's any great risk in that. Yeah, and aside from that, just trying to keep occupied. I'm still working full time, but just completely from home. So yeah, it's a little bit isolated, but so that occupies me for sort of the 9 to 5, and then it's just finding things to do in the evenings and weekends. And yeah, this is where the hobby's coming into its own, really. Yeah, so start with these guys. Still working on Napoleonics, obviously, for the sort of sharp practice. I've with what I'm going to show in this video, I've got a reasonable sized British force now, about 100 points, which is enough for a decent sized game. So I'm going to dip into a few more ancients for a little bit, and then maybe come back. Just a quick change of gear, just to keep things fresh. But yeah, this is the first thing to show off. I think Lee Hughes has stolen my thunder on this a little bit, because he put some of these up beautifully painted the other day. These are obviously 95th rifles, mostly Warlord games. There's a couple of Perrys in there as well. I've put some of these up before, so they're not particularly fresh or different to what I've done previously, if you've seen that video. But yeah, I got a set of the metals. I had, in the previous video, I had another half a dozen with a couple of characters, officers, whatever. And then I had enough for, not quite enough for another group of 6. There's a couple of laying down figures, but I didn't particularly like those, and they don't really fit on the bases very well, so I left those out, and I just needed a couple of extras to make it up. So I got one of the Perry rifleman sprues on eBay, very, very cheap. A couple of quid for the sprue with postage, so I couldn't really argue with that. The figures are okay. They're a bit smaller than the Warlord ones, but so when you sort of hold them up really close, they don't look great. But I think yeah, when you see them like this, they seem to work okay. They weren't as nice as the Warlord figures either. The metal figures are, yeah, a lot more characterful, I think, and the detail was a lot better on them. But yeah, they all fit together quite nicely, I think. Hopefully, certainly once you're a couple of foot away from on the War Games table, no one's really going to notice. So yeah, that's the first thing. And yeah, next up was a gun and crew. I just wanted a gun to go with the force. I thought it made sense. I don't necessarily use it every time, but yeah, so it's a bit of variety. And I had these. I had this set again. This is Warlord. Lovely set, actually. I don't know, with Warlord, I always feel a bit sceptical about them. They're obviously the big players, and I feel you should support the smaller companies. But actually, their Napoleonic figures are very, very nice. Certainly all the ones I've had anyway. So I can't really grumble with them at all. Yeah, so just a standard British foot gun. Sort of most sharp practice games, you're only ever likely to have one gun, so this should do me, I would have thought, for that. But yeah, as I say, nice figures. I didn't research the poses and where they ought to be placed too well, so I'm sure there's some people out there who'll tell me I've got some of that wrong, but yeah, it certainly gives the impression of a decent impression of a gun. I think that's the main thing I was after. Yeah, I was a bit unsure about what colour to paint the gun. Obviously, I know they're blue, and you look at different books, and they're all slightly different shades of blue. But I ended up going with the Vallejo Field Blue, because it's sort of a greyish blue, but it came out a bit greyer than I would have liked. So I just used the Army Painter blue ink over the top, and that seemed to make it come out just right, to be honest. Coat that over the top, certainly just right as I perceive it anyway, so other people will have different views, I'm sure, but yeah, I was quite pleased with that in the end. So that is, as I say, the British force now pretty much complete, I think, for sharp practice. I've got others primed up and ready to go, and I'll come back to them. but at the moment I've got enough for a good game, which is what I want. No idea when I'll get to play it, but that's another story. For the time being though, that'll do. If people are just something I don't know if people have thought of, and you probably have, but I've been playing a few games of over Vassal online. I've been for a couple of years now. I've been in a couple of different leagues to play Commands and Colours, and it works really well online. You can have the obviously you can have the game up on Vassal. It's set up exactly as the board game would be, and you move your pieces around and roll your dice and everything. It's all online. You play it together with somebody else, and we have we chat over Skype while we play. It's a really good way of playing. It's not as good as getting together with people face to face, but as I say, I play in these leagues, and some of the people I play with are from different countries and whatever, so you couldn't get together face to face anyway. But yeah, if you are struggling for games and you got you know somebody in the same position, then it's well worth thinking about. We did actually have on Saturday, we had one of the Commands and Colours Ancients games, and we played one of the epic games, which allows you to have 6 players. So there were 6 of us chatting away on Skype, and yeah, it was a good way to spend Saturday afternoon in the end. So there are options out there if you still want to be sociable. You don't have to lock yourself away. So yeah, just worth thinking about. But yeah, that's it really. Yeah, not a lot else to say. I think getting a little bit behind on the videos because there's been so many recently, but that's great to see. Most of them for a very good cause. Yeah, beginning to catch up, but if I haven't commented on something you've done recently, it doesn't mean I haven't. Doesn't mean I'm ignoring you. It means it just means I'm catching up. So I'll get there as soon as I can. And yeah, I think that's about it really. Just stay safe, look after yourselves. Thanks for watching, subscribing, and yeah, keep the videos coming. I'll put some stills up at the end, and speak to you again another time. Take care. All the best.